Hey guys, um, this doesn't look like normal prepping stuff, does it? Well, it is. Um, if I can do, oh, it's a little dark for you. Hold on, let me try a light. Here, does that help a little bit? Okay, so we got us a dehydrator. I had to chase a prepper down 412 flights of stairs and throw a tennis shoe at him to make him give it up, but I got it. Yes, I'm kidding. Anyway, I'm gonna start off. I'll tell you this in a second. But move my coffee out your way. I got 15 cans of these mandarin oranges. We're gonna dehydrate those, and I'll try to do a little step by step. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those ready, and I'll explain what the next step is when I come back. Okay. So this is what I'm doing. Seeing as how I don't have any fruit roll-up trays to go on these trays that I got with this, I'm using parchment paper. I was told that should be alright. From the videos I've watched, it should be alright because these are kind of big. And I haven't found any roll-up style trays for this model, so if somebody finds some, let me know. Oh, and Mouse, if you're watching this, watch the toes, please. We had little mice running around here, so I had to put the traps back out. So watch your toes. But I'm going to go ahead and put some more on this rack, then I'm going to do up the other 5 racks, and that's only 10 cans right there. And I still got 5 there, and I got another 10 sitting over in the corner. And when I'm done, I'm going to put them inside these with a oxygen thingy. And these have already been cleaned and sterilized. A little bit of water spots on the top won't kill you. Will they? Huh? Should I get nervous? Alright. And I'll cut back when I get all of those in there, and I'll show you what I'm doing after that. Oh, gee, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you guys were back. Oh. Anyway, I'll get to that in a second. But here's 10 cans. Took 6 trays. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 6 trays. And you have to use forget my little sink thingy. Instructions say, make sure they're in tight. Fruits and veggies, fruit rolls are 135 to 145. So we're going to kind of go a little higher than the 135 on here. Not bad, kind of quiet. Slide it back over to the corner. So we got some room to work. Yeah. I don't know, is that too loud to you guys? I can hear it. Now it says I need to let it run for a minute or 6,000. Yes, 6,000 minutes, 10 hours is what I can find for oranges, fruits, to be dehydrated. So we're gonna let that run. It's 9 o'clock here. Mr. Trump's supposed to be speaking here in a little bit. That's give you an idea what day I'm doing this. I'm also going to start my I'm going to try to do a batch of beef jerky. And so I've got my powdered stuff. And I got a bunch of stuff to go in it. I got to add some water to it. And then I got to let it sit for marinate for about at least 12 hours. This is all, with the exception of the teriyaki sauce, this is the stuff that actually goes into my barbecue sauce, with the exception of a few other things that aren't going in this. I have a secret ingredient. I gotta open the fridge for it. Can you focus? Just a dollop of horseradish in it, just for a little bit of kick. So I'm going to get this made up. I'm not going to let you see the amounts I'm putting into it. You're just going to have to guess. Be right back in a minute. Can you see this? Just took a taste test of it after I whisked it up. Got everything all nice and incorporated there, and not just a little bit of sweet, a little bit of kick in the butt. Perfect. So what I'm going to do now, and yeah, I wash my hands after every step. I used to cook. When it comes to food, I'm a clean freak. But we're just going to stick our meat in here. And it's 1/4 inch thick. It's still very cold. But I didn't want you guys to watch me fuddle fart around with a knife. Oops. But I cut it while it was still partially, I stuck it in the freezer just to get it a little firmed up, so it'd make it real easy to take and cut these into strips. It's cut against the grain, not with the grain. And this is going to marinate. Ooh, that one's a little thick. Oh well. We'll work with it. We're not bashful. Down there so I can rinse that off. Wash my hands real quick. Nice scalding hot water. You getting this action? Get it all nice and coated. Looks like we're good. Now, I didn't see anybody else see anything, but from experience, when you put stuff like this, it has a tendency to rise up a little bit, and rather having it take the chance of rising up and then popping the lid, I make sure I push it down and get as much of the air out of it as possible. Another little shake, another check. See, just that little bit, it already brought some of it up. This is going to marinate for 12 hours at least. Probably longer. My personal opinion, I found the longer a meat marinates, the more flavor it incorporates into it. And then, while that one's marinating, that's going to run. I usually get up at about 6 o'clock in the morning. So at 6 in the morning, I'll come down here, I'll make sure everything's good, I'll flip the stuff over. I'll probably have to do that. I probably won't go to bed for another 3 hours yet anyway. So before I go to bed, I'll check it, I'll flip it, and I'm going to let it run all night. It's not that bad. I smell mandarin oranges already. So we'll cut back in as soon as we got some more to show. Oh, hey guys, you're back. Sorry. Okay, it is now 10:42 a.m. They've been in there 12, 13, almost going on 14 hours. So I thought I'd take a look and see what we got here. Still not quite. Yes, I wash my hands. Good grief. Some of them are close. They're almost a fruit roll-up stop right now. So probably gonna let them go just a little bit longer because some of these are pretty thick. They're gonna take a while to dry out yet. So we're gonna let this go a little bit longer. So far this Weston is doing a pretty nice job if I didn't go over it, which I know I didn't. So remove these from the stand here. Okay, sorry about that. We had a technical difficulty. Battery failed. Or died. But anyway, like I was saying, the fan on this Weston is in the back. So even with the parchment in between each tray, I'm still getting plenty of airflow. Pull this up just a little bit. I think I went over this part. I'm not sure. But as you can see, it's just got an on-off switch, your temperature, guide to go by. This does not have a timer, which is kind of a bummer. But, you know, it is what it is. And you can see what's going on. I like that part. It's not the greatest, but it's also not the worst. I did run across one at a Goodwill that was used, and when I plugged it in, it smelled like somebody farted in it and coated it with poo. So that wasn't an option. And yeah, it was bad. So I'm gonna let this run for another Give it another hour and a half. And then we'll check on it again. See you in a little bit. Okay, guys. Welcome back. Oh, wait. Wrong. I'm serious. Anywho, it's been another hour. It's 11:30. So, go ahead and give this poor thing a break. She's been working all night. And, what do you think? I'm gonna eat that one now because it's still pretty. But all the rest of them, that was one of the larger pieces. So, tastes like an orange. So, I'm gonna go ahead and peel these off, put them in a jar, and when I get that done, I'll show you what I got off the first batch. Okay, and we're back. So 6 trays, made 3, not that good. And these cans were, I want to say, well, let's see there. I'll look at one of them. 3 months from their used by date. And my son's always wanting a treat, but he doesn't always want to eat canned oranges. So these being still somewhat flexible, or more like fruit roll-ups, and I can give him this, a couple of these, and he's got healthy snacks. Now these were covered in light syrup. I did rinse them off. And then the next time I do it, I'm going to do 1 can at a time, rinse it off, tray it, then do another can. That way I can make sure, because some of these were still really sticky, as were others weren't. Even the ones that are really dried out were sticky, so I didn't get all the syrup off. So next time I'll do a better job. And next, I'm going to give those a quick rinse off and scrub down, and we'll break out the jerky. Be right back. Oh, you're back. Welcome back. Aww. Oh well, I don't need that part. Time to get suited up. What I'm going to do, this is the jerky. It's been marinating now for quite a few hours. It looks really good. Oh, it smells awesome. If this tastes as good as it smells, I might put the recipe down below. I might. I don't know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay these out on my tray down here. See if I can. I'm going to lay them out on my tray, then dab off the excess, and then I'll tray them and get started. So I'll see you when I get them all trayed. Okay, you're back? Awesome. Alright, underneath the bottom tray here, for easier cleanup, I put some parchment paper at the very bottom to help, a little easier cleanup. That little bit I did only give me 2 trays worth. It's not much, but I didn't want to do a whole lot until, I knew if what I was doing was going to work. Because, I'm kind of new at this stuff, And I'm going to put a space in between each one. That way there's plenty of airflow. All my plastic pieces back into proper place, And we're going to turn the heat all the way up, max setting. Kick her on. And nothing to do now but wait. Have we waited long enough yet? No? Alright. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, welcome back, guys. Thought we'd do something a little different. Maybe not. But some people may be concerned, somebody who's new at this like I am, might be concerned of how much heat the outside of it's putting off. So I figured I'd grab my trusty little temp gauge. The front of it, let's see if I can get this to focus. There we go, 120 degrees at the front. Go to the very back. 134.8 at the very back. That side there. That side there, both reading about the same, 127. And of course the front is a negligible 91 degrees down here at the very bottom. And we'll check some meat. The meat is at 148.5. So all in all, not bad. But it's now been sitting in there for 6 hours and 16 minutes. And from what I understand, it should be done. So let's pop the piece out. Let's check here. I'll get back here behind the camera so I can see what I'm not doing here. Still kind of wiggly, which I like. Oops. Focus. There we go. And it's cooked. Now this is warm. Flavor's good, just a touch too much salt. So when I do put the recipe below, I'm going to omit the salt. But there's one sure test. Yo, Rugrat! Come hither, young child. Of course, he's already eating his dinner, so. Come here. Empty your mouth. Empty it. Of course, you tell the kid to empty his mouth. Most kids swallow. My son, no, he spits it out. Taste that. Tell me what you think to the camera.
It has this beef jerky taste, but more than oranges taste. No.
Is it good? You sure? Because you're telling everybody on YouTube that it's good. That Daddy knows how to cook something. Is that what you're saying? They can't see your head bobble. I still don't think they can see her. Just use your mouth. Use your words.
Yes.
Okay, that's good enough. Now go back and finish your dinner. Thank you.
Yep.
Cook's apprentice. Alright, so we got the comedy out. So we're going to go ahead and kill it. Now, for those worried about any bacteria or anything like that, you can go ahead and stick it in the oven as long as you can get it for about 10 minutes. That should kill off any extra bacteria. I did flip these once while cooking, so that's why they got the little lines in them. And this little itty bitty amount of beef jerky isn't going to last in this house very long at all. So in 2 days, we got 3 jars of oranges and a small package of jerky. I'm going to throw it in here. What doesn't fit, we'll probably wind up eating yet tonight. But I will try and write out the recipe. I'm going to omit salt, and you will have to add salt to your taste. But that's if you feel like trying it. So that's it for the video. We's done. We's out of here. Bye-bye.